One of the things that I think is really important about taking your herbal medicine to really get your money's worth out of whatever you buy, because you've invested in this bottle of herbs and you want it to really work well for you, is how you take it and what you take it with. That's called anupana in Ayurvedic medicine. It's the carrier for that medicine that targets the proper dosha and targets the proper tissues. Now, probably the simplest way to think about it is cool versus warm. So pitta, being fire, can take cooler water, room temperature, never ice cold, which kills the digestive fire. But your vata and kapha will want warm water to take any kind of herbal medicine. So when in doubt, if you're targeting vata or kapha, as it says on your medicine, take it with warm water. If you're targeting pitta, take it with cool water. But taking that a step further and really targeting certain tissues, kapha really does well with honey. It's one of the doshas that does the very best with honey because honey tends to be very astringent. And even though with kapha we don't usually think about something sweet, the astringency wins with honey. So kapha herbs are often taken with a bit of raw honey especially. Pitta, we like something sweet, but honey is too heating for pitta. So the answer to that is raw sugar, or in India we have jaggery. And for vata, you can really go either way. Vata is really balanced by sweetness, so raw sugar or honey for vata. Now kapha is heavier, duller, the body needs to be lightened, so we don't like to use heavy dairy or anything like that with kapha, so you don't tend to use milk, for instance, for a kapha dosha. But for pitta and vata, this is great. For vata, it's nourishing. For pitta, it's cooling. So warm milk for vata, cool milk for pitta. Mix that with a little sugar or honey, as is appropriate, and you've got a great carrier for your herbs. So for example, you're taking picrirhiza, and if you want to target the liver tonic aspect of it, you can mix your herb as you take it with aloe vera and honey, and that will really send it to the liver in the right direction. Now if you're pitta, you can substitute sugar for that. In general, the oils that are best to take these foods with, if you're eating them with a meal, for ghee, for a pitta dosha, the ghee is really the best carrier. For vata, sesame oil. We know that because sesame oil is very grounding. We use that on the feet for vata. And for a kapha individual, as I said before, it's honey. Now an example of all of this coming together is Chyawanprash. This jelly or paste has ghee, honey, and then it's very rich in amalaki. Now amalaki is the rejuvenative for pitta, and because that's like the most strong presence in this concoction, it outweighs the presence of the honey. And the ghee also helps to carry it to the tissues for pitta. But Chyawanprash is meant to be balanced for all three doshas. So think a little bit about how you take your herbs, and when you're on your own and you're just trying to remember the best way to take them, don't just grab a glass of cold ice water. Think about if you're vata or kapha and your body constitution is cool or cold, you want to warm it up. So you want to have warm water, warm milk, warm tea. And if you tend to be pitta imbalanced, you really want to cool that down, so choose room temperature water or room temperature milk. And if it's appropriate for you, add a sweetener. And if you're kapha, you get to take all those bitter herbs with a little bit of honey.